So we have here with us Sharmila Bansal Rao, 45-year-old Bharatanatyam performer, teacher from Basel. Is that right, Sharmila? Basel or Zurich? And I'm super happy to connect with her today on our graduation call. We have spent about 6 months building sustainable lifestyle habits, working on her nutrition, her movement consistency, and helping her lose the stubborn weight that she had piled on during the perimenopausal phase. So, congratulations, Sharmila. It gives me great pleasure to have you on the call today. So, Sharmila, if you could just share a little bit about where were you in your health, physical, mental, emotional relationships when you joined my program?
When I joined your program, I was, I think, at the height of my frustration that I ever had when it comes to liking myself in any way, whether it be physically, my body, how I look, but also the person who I am. I was very insecure. I was lost. I really didn't know what to do, and that frustration looped me into a vicious circle, a spiral of saying, "Yeah, what's the use of doing anything now? Anyway, nothing works. So I can just as well also drink a bottle of wine and have 300 grams of chocolate every day." So it was, and at the same time, knowing that this cannot go on, firstly, because my body is my capital. I work as a teacher. I need to have a body that reflects my profession and that also stays healthy so I can do my profession. And then also being a role model to my kids. But then also the relationship to my husband is was degrading because I couldn't let him touch me anymore. I didn't understand what he thinks is attractive about me because I couldn't see it anymore. So it was on multiple levels, kind of a dead end that I felt stuck in.
Really a difficult space. And what actually triggered you to reach out to me, Sharmila? What was appealing about my approach or what you had seen?
So I think it was two things. I was with a nutritionist for a couple of months, which was really very interesting. I learned a lot about nutrition, especially post 40. And but I felt that I needed somebody who's more connected with my culture. So living in Switzerland, though I'm half Swiss, still a lot of things that we have in our daily life are not relatable for a person, an expert here. So I felt like when I was going through the options that I have, I felt like that was the only thing that I hadn't tried so far. So it was kind of the last thing that I could try. And then, of course, seeing Uttara Sankaran, my good friend, who's your client as well, we met at a party, a farewell party of another dancer who was returning to India. And Uttara, I haven't seen Uttara for a couple of months live. I mean, we had been on calls and everything. And she was always tall and slim, but she looked different. She obviously had lost a little bit of weight. I could see in her face. Um, but I don't know. She was confident. She radiated. She was just. She had really something a really nice outfit with the cleavage. She was visibly confident, very feminine, um, and she was always a drinking buddy. We could always have a glass or two, and so I observed her, and she ate and drank everything just as we did. So I thought, okay, this is not a diet. So what is this? I was really puzzled. I was sitting to her all night, and then she just mentioned you, and she gave me the drink, and I was like, okay, that must be a superpower because this is amazing, because if you look like this and you just eat I don't know, a carrot evening and have water, then I say, okay, I understand how you got there. But I couldn't understand, because she had her Negroni and she had her fried fries, whatever we ordered there, and I was like, this is pretty amazing. Yeah.
Ah, so that's what intrigued you, right? Like, oh, it was not like a diet that she was doing, or she was being very finicky about her eating habits. Then what is it? You had to like literally get to the bottom of it, right? So I remember this specifically that you had filled out in the form when you reached out to me, Sharmila, right? I'm no longer speaking the language my body is speaking. I need to get to the bottom of it and do it. What made you feel that way, Sharmila?
uh, I think
So yeah, tell me, Sharmila.
so I have never been super slim. I've always been an emotional eater, but I had always my tricks how to get myself to somewhere. So, like my best friend's wedding, and I just went on a crash diet for 3 weeks, and I lost those 4 or 5 kgs I wanted. So I always knew which buttons to press, and yeah, and I was very stubborn on certain things. I was now retrospectively, I was very stubborn on thinking that I know what I need in terms of food, and how much flexibility I can give myself. That was what I thought was my language.
Mm.
None of it worked anymore when we started. I tested myself, and I didn't eat for 2, 3 days, and I gained weight. And then this whole water issue, it was a big mystery to me. I didn't get anything of it. What is this water? Suddenly everybody's talking about. And then, of course, hormonal. I was completely unprepared. I don't know why I was so ignorant. Now that all these messages pop up everywhere and everybody's speaking about perimenopause, I feel like it's like when you are pregnant, you see all pregnant women around. I think it's the same now. So I don't know how I could be so ignorant, but it was a fact. I was absolutely ignorant that post 40 things might slowly change. So my sleep went down the drain. Mood swings were controllable. So all of that, my body is not speaking the same language with me anymore.
So all of the shifts bodily, as well as mentally, emotionally, it kind of made you feel a little disconnected with yourself. That prompted you to really figure this out, right, Sharmila?
Absolutely. And I think now that we have done this for 6 months, and now that I also have the courage to be honest to myself, I think deep down in myself, I knew that I am. I'm so sorry. This is because I'm on my
No issues.
getting message. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah.
So I think now that I can be honest, also with myself, I think deep down I knew that I was kind of hiding facts from myself,
Mm.
and I needed somebody who, um, who forces me to be accountable for my actions, because
Mm.
too understanding around me. Well, this is not correctly said, because you were also understanding, but in a different way. I don't know. Um, so my family was sweet. They would say, "No, you still look great," but that still in that sentence that bugged me,
Mm.
and I knew that I was the reason that things were like that, and I just needed somebody to point the finger. so that I cannot hide anymore, not find excuses anymore.
Absolutely. So you wanted somebody to hold you accountable and teach the skills to fill the gap between where you were and where you wanted to be, right? So how are you doing now, Sharmila? I mean, you recently updated your measurements. You've lost like 73 centimeters. But tell me more than what you lost. I would like to see what you have gained. So can you give a little bit of insight into physical space first?
What I've gained physically, um, I mean, you mean like that I like my appearance again, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like day before yesterday it was my husband's birthday, and I put on a dress that I have not worn, I think, for 2 or 3 years, because it's very tight. And I yeah, so I feel like I can wear things again that I feel beautiful in. I don't feel squeezed in. I like my appearance in front of the mirror. Um and I feel pretty again. I think that sums it up quite well. As I told you, I work in front of mirrors all the time, so I look at myself all the time, and that was really challenging when we started working. I could not look at myself anymore. It was like I could only see the flaws. I could only
Mm.
the things that I didn't like, and now that has gone. I'm enjoying to find the dresses again, to figure out what I will wear. I was only wearing black and white clothes, because I felt there was no point in getting dressed up. So, and that's not me. I'm very very girly in that sense. I like to do makeup. I like to dress up. I like to wear heels. So, I was not that person anymore, and now I'm back.
Super. So physically, you like who you're seeing in the mirror. You're fitting back into your old clothes. You're feeling pretty again, feeling good, not squeezed up anymore. What about your energy and your strength? What shifts did you notice there from losing weight, Sharmila?
Um, I mainly the biggest change I felt is that I have more energy in dance classes. I can literally feel the reduced weight, because when I dance, I don't feel heavy anymore. And
Mm.
I was always strong. I always knew that I have good muscles. That was never the issue. But now I am able to feel it, and I have less pain. Pain was a big issue when we started. I had pain everywhere, a lot of pain. I feel that has reduced. So, um, yeah. So, and I think the energy, mainly I feel through the enthusiasm. Of course, also through losing weight and feeling lighter, but the enthusiasm and the motivation to finally understand, okay, I can change something. I just needed some gentleness, some guidance. That energy, that is like accelerating everything.
It's a great feeling, right? From being stuck to finally unlocking this puzzle. And I feel so confident I can take this journey on my own, feeling so empowered. That is the space that you're in today, right, Sharmila? Super stuff. So now let's shift gears here into mental health, Sharmila. How was this impacting you in your mental space before you joined the program?
A lot. I think that was the biggest change. Um, I had to stop lying to myself. Like I remember, like I used to give those long speeches that no, 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 I need carbs. I move a lot. I need to have the energy from somewhere. And delinking this separation of movement and food, and not using food for gratification. That was, I think, one of the biggest key talks that we had. Me understanding that I have become so comfortable in that mindset that I allow myself to have and eat and drink anything, even though I know it's not healthy or not good for my body, and just justifying it with the amount of work or exhaustion I had, that is the unhealthy basis that I'm building all the other unhealthy habits on top. I think that was one of really the key learnings, and that mindset shift, just like dominoes, just went into the next one and the next one, like understanding how consistency has an impact, how to understand my body, my hormonal phases, understanding where my cravings come from, understanding that I am making up some illusion in my head of what is good for me, what is healthy, that I am this way, and accepting that no, you are not different to other women in your age just because you give 3 4 dozen of dance lessons a week. No, you are exactly the same. You have to look about exactly the same things. And yeah, and just not pushing things out anymore. Hydration, hello, drink water for God's sake. Just do it. Yeah, so I think it was really a kind of educating little Sharmila, and getting rid of that small devil Sharmila, who was sabotaging all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, all the old beliefs, the old mindset, the old narratives, you could see through them. Oh,
yeah,
these are not moving me in the right direction. This is exactly why I am stuck. So
yeah.
you are ready to shift out of those narratives, understand how your body actually functions with respect to exercise or the kind of food that you are eating, the portions, understanding what portions you should be eating. I think that was another big revelation.
Big revelation that I can just leave the plate if I'm full, even if there is still food on it. I can go to a restaurant and order something and not finish it because I am full and satisfied. That was a big, big revelation. Then also, I feel like not having to count calories. I think that was one of the biggest differences I saw to my nutritionist that I had before. I learned a lot about proteins and everything, but I had zero balance. So, what I really like about your program is that there is the numbers only come in where it is really useful, but they are not kind of it's not we didn't do over data for the full thing. So I had to take my protein shake, and you gave me suggestions of how much it should be per day. I sent you the packet, and you looked at it, and you gave me indications. But in the end, in the tracking sheet, it was just giving the hook, check the box for taking the protein shake, and when I take it, how much I take, which time of the day. You left it to for me to figure out how do I react. So I figured out, oh, okay, when I'm hungry and I take the protein shake, then I don't feel so hungry anymore, so I can push out my need for the next meal. And I started using that intuitively. So you really helped me in making those intuitive choices by just giving me the rough guidelines, but not over controlling through data. And that felt very relaxing and very organic, because then the change was able to happen over time, because that whole calorie thing was very stressful, and the counting thing, I mean. And yeah, that was For me, it was that was the perfect structure.
Absolutely, Sharmila. That's what makes this sustainable. If I had shoved a diet chart on your face and said, Sharmila, you have to follow this restrictively, right? Like a rigid diet, or you have to count your calories every single day, weigh and measure your food and track this, you would have ran away, I think. Right? This is why so the intuitive eating skills literally is one of the best tools that puts you in connection with your body. How important was it to learn about your natural body cues, Sharmila, so that you end up speaking the same language as your body?
I was, frankly speaking, I was shocked how long it took me to read and understand those cues. I was, maybe you remember in our first call, I was so confidently speaking like I know my body and I'm a very intuitive person and da 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 dee dee dee. And realized that, okay, well, yes, maybe you are in many fields, but you can't even detect whether you're still hungry or not. I mean, hello, every baby is able to detect if it's hungry or not. And here I am with my 45 years and I am eating and I'm trying to figure out, do I want this spoon? Is it craving? Is it hunger? Is it um, and I'm still not where I need to be really eating in a healthy way. It's still a long journey ahead of me, but that was very yeah, it was really bringing me a little bit down from my high position that I had, and making me very humble, kind of realizing that, yeah, maybe you knew your body pre 40, but your post 40 body is kind of like new, and you have to learn everything again. So yeah, that was
Absolutely. Yeah, and you're absolutely not alone, Sharmila. I mean, for me to think, okay, you know what, I was at 42, I had got everything in order, and I'm just going to do really well. To experience perimenopause and go through this midsection fat, suddenly not changing anything, my stomach was just growing. I'm like thinking, what's going on? I thought I got everything down. But then I had to like reinvent the adapt to the changing body, tweak a few things, and then boom, body started responding again. So it is just consider it as a phase where you just need different skills. The old skills are not going to work, right? Which is exactly what we put you in touch with, the foundational basics. Nothing was out of thin air or like a magic potion that you had to drink to make this happen, right? We
yeah.
simply got you in touch with your body. So tell me, how is your relationship with food now, Sharmila? Like I know your snacking was really, really crazy when we started out, multiple times, and binge eating. So from where you were to now, what has changed?
I think what has changed is that I am not blaming myself anymore and I don't feel guilty. So this is not a competition against myself. It's not that I'm trying to control illiterate child. I am kind of respecting myself as an adult woman who makes her conscious choices, and as that, I accept whatever happens, be it good or bad, and I am okay with it. I'm not shaming myself unnecessarily because I don't get anything out of that. Like for example, the my husband's birthday, my daughter is a really good baker, so she made an awesome banana cake, and it was sitting there all day in the fridge, and I couldn't resist. So I think 2 or 3 times throughout the day, I went and I cut myself a small edge of it. And in the evening, I had another bite of it. The next day, the old Sharmila would have been so frustrated and so angry with herself, and just ruined that whole beauty, that beautiful taste of that cake had in my mouth. But now that I know what to do, I'm not desperate anymore. So it's okay. I know the weighing machine will go up 1 pound. It did. I expected it. It's all good. Even this means I have it under control. It's going up. I expected it. It did go up. So very good. So I understand now how things work. So
Mm.
also down. So there is no point of worrying, no point of being frustrated because there is time. I don't have to go to a bikini contest next day. I just have to feel good about myself, and that's it. So I think this whole journey brought really made me mature in a way that I can live with myself now in a healthy way for the next 20-30 years. Um, and, um, and 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 having this confidence that there are no bad choices. No, what you always kept telling, there are no bad choices. You choose, and then you just take it from there, the next step. And if there are no bad choices, there is no forbidden food. If there is no forbidden food, there is no temptation. If there is no temptation, there is no craving. I mean, it makes sense. Oh, it's like obvious. Okay, so I have this beautiful cracker lying next to me since half an hour, and the old Sharmila would have grabbed it. In no, it's lying here and it's fine. I had it before our call. I savored it, and I don't need any more because I'm going to have lunch in half an hour, so it can sit there. And it looks at me, and I say, "Hi, cracker," and that's fine. Old Sharmila would have been like desperate to have the cracker as soon as possible. I would have probably even hidden out of the picture like that just to have noticing it. This is from where we have come.
Wow, really amazing the way you kind of put that diagram together, like what came first and then how it has that ripple effect on cravings, right? The second thing is you've healed your relationship with food, Sharmila, not attaching moral values, but instead seeing food as food, and every kind of food has a space in my life based on the situation, and I am more powerful and stronger than the food in front of me. I think that has been a very, very big shift. Third important thing is acceptance. I
Yeah.
think that has been a huge part of our journey together, right? Accepting yourself, accepting your choices, accepting the body the way it is.
Extremely. I think this was really my biggest issue in a emotional on an emotional level, and that was for me, and that is for me also. I think the most important aspect to go on from here without this very close guidance now from you, because I can accept the way it is now. I'm not heading for some ideal version of myself in a year or something, but I'm building that version that I like about myself now. And if I'm going to lose a little bit more weight in the next couple of months, then that's just a plus and another advantage of the whole thing. But coming to terms with who I am and what I need in all these different levels, yeah, that I think that is overall the biggest success for me personally.
Absolutely, because I remember this conversation, Sharmila, where you said every time you would be either in the past or in the future and never recognizing yourself in the present for who you are or what you've been able to accomplish. That you are missing out on enjoying this present moment, which is like the golden opportunity that you have to really acknowledge and have fun, right? So that shift has happened now. You're now acknowledging yourself in the present moment and not working with some ideal situation, right? And from connecting you back to the basics in terms of nutrition, Sharmila, what has it done to your cravings?
Well, there was. I think that is the part where a certain amount of discipline really had to kick. Like dehydration that I knew I was bad. the protein intake, which was very irregular, which was also, I scrolled through our tracking sheet and I was shocked how irregular my protein intake was in the beginning of our journey. Because now it is such a natural thing, there is not even a thought going in. After breakfast, I just prepare my protein shake and I will carry it with me at one of the places. So there, I think that is that part where most of the discipline and really kicking my internal ass had to really start working. Um, but yeah, I mean, understanding that I'm just finding a lot of excuses to behave the way I do. Like, I don't need so much carbs. Yes, I have a job where I move a lot. It's not a sitting office job. I'm on my legs. Sometimes I have classes from 10 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock in the night. But that doesn't justify to have a huge plate of pasta after that. It just doesn't. And 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 then getting to that point where I realize that, okay, I'm actually also satisfied just having a nice plate of veggies and salad or soup. um yeah, I mean those were really learnings. They were bound to happen, otherwise nothing would have changed. And once that got through me and into my habits and into my acceptance also, the cravings just disappeared. Just poof, gone. I effort. I mean, it's fascinating. I mean, I remember when in October we talked about these cravings and we tried to detect, is it emotional, is it boredom, is it, what is it? No, it was just my understanding of food, of which food, when, how much of what, and then it just worked.
Incredible, Sharmila. It's not easy at all to unearth all of this, and I really appreciate your patience to working on unearthing this. Because we all take things for granted, right? In the beginning, I remember whenever you ate, you would say, "Oh, I just felt hungry. I was hungry. I had to eat this. I was just hungry." But then we kind of peeled the layers and realized, oh, it was not hunger. It was something else, right? So that was a big revelation. Now, the other important aspect, Sharmila, is everybody asks, "Oh, how about travel? How about festivals? How about birthdays, anniversaries, celebrations?" How do you feel now about the skills you have learned to navigate those situations?
That has always, just a second. um that has that has been one of the successes from the beginning. I What I really liked about the program is that you understood where I needed to feel instant success to be motivated to carry on. Because I'm sure in your experience, you understand that certain things just take longer, but for certain things, we just need motivation. And I remember just being 3 or 4 weeks into the program, and I went for holidays. And I told you, Srividya, I always put on during holidays. And you just gave me a few tricks, and you said you stay with your hydration. I did those 2 3 things that you said, and I came back from holidays and I was the same weight. And I remember I was so happy about that. And that just gave me so much confidence, knowing, okay, I can handle even irregularities in my routine. And that has just worked so well from the beginning. The only place where it has not worked was over Christmas. Christmas was a big disaster. Christmas was overeating on a daily basis, and then we went away for the family, just a getaway over New Year's. And on the New Year's Eve, we had a 5 course dinner, and I came home and I felt as if I'm exploding. I had so much of food. And I stood on the weighing machine the day after, and I have never seen that high number since I was pregnant. I was like, I don't know. I think I never told you that number because I was so ashamed of myself. That was in the period when we didn't do the weighing machine. And I got up on the 1st of January and I said, this is just not. And then after this whole new energy which kicked in, I really maneuvered pretty well through all the social gatherings. I went for dinners with my girlfriends. I went to dinners with my husband. We went on weekend getaways. And I just stuck to what you kept saying, be consistent, um, move, keep moving. And there I realized, okay, I think it was in February when I realized, oh my God, I always use those days when I'm not working to relax in the sense of no, not much movement. But then I realized if I keep my movement steady, even on days when I don't teach dance, that my body reacts very positive to that. It is much more balanced. There is
Mm.
less spikes in the weighing. There is less water retention or whatever it was. And I was like, oh, okay. So I actually should create that consistency through holidays. I should create give my body the idea that nothing changed, even though I'm in a different environment, all of that. Yeah. So I think that was for me the key to navigate through festivals, holidays. Um, but then also, again, the gentleness that you taught me, Yes, there are events where you indulge, it's fine, enjoy it, don't feel guilty. Expect the weighing machine to change the numbers in a direction that you are not so happy about, but have the confidence that you can also bring it back because you know what the reason was for it. So, this calmness, this patience, this has really made things easier. There is no anxiety anymore.
Super. So just being in charge of your journey, knowing fully well what has happened, what you need to do, right? So from changing all of this, again, perimenopause does quite a number in our emotional well-being, right? And relationships. So what do you experience now from having transformed and prioritized yourself? What shifts do you notice in your emotional well-being and relationships with people around you?
Um, I am more balanced. I am my children say that I am more like I used to be. Like I am lighter. I don't take things too serious anymore. I don't take things too personal anymore. I can laugh about myself. I can make jokes about things that I was very sensitive before. Um, yeah, and students tell me you look very happy. So this is kind of that shows me, kind of reflects me that okay, I'm emotionally, I'm different, I'm more balanced, and I have more patience, and yeah, I think I think that's already a lot. I mean, I was really in a very dark and frustrated place. So, I'm just in a good mood every day. I sleep well and I have energy. So each of these things rekindle each other. So
Absolutely. And your relationship with your spouse, how is it doing right now?
it is much better. It's much better. He's really very happy. It's so sweet because he's really so supportive of everything, and he understood how important it is for me to feel good. It's not his fault. He can tell me so many times in a day that you are so beautiful, it does not help me in my perception. So him understanding that this is important for me, I need to do this so that I heal my relationship with myself. And so I now I have the capacity again to reciprocate and give attention to him again, and he feels that. So um we were always very we always handled each other very well and understood when the other person just needed space. But now that distance that we had, due to my frustration, that is diminishing. And yeah, so that's really beautiful. That's
How awesome. How awesome is that, Sharmila? I'm just so, so happy to hear this. When you start taking these steps to caring for yourself, body, mind, being at peace, wanting to be at peace with yourself, right? First, that is number one. And when that happens, it has ripple effect in all aspects of our life, right? So I'm super happy to hear this. Now, when you look at yourself in the mirror, who do you see, Sharmila?
I see myself again. So before I didn't see myself again. Before saw an ugly lady that has my features. Now I see myself again. I see things that I liked about myself. I see my neckline, my double chin has vanished. I see my waist. I see I see my smile. It's like I see myself again. And before it was just, yeah, some ugly person that I'm bound to be, but who actually is completely disconnected to outer appearance and inner feeling.
Wow, that is really huge. What is one thing you're grateful for your body?
Hmm. Can you rephrase that question? Because I'm not sure whether
What are you thankful to your body for through this entire 6 months?
I'm actually thankful that my body is what I always thought it is. It is very responsive. It does speak my language completely. It was not that we were not speaking the same language. We were just not talking about the same things. And now, I kind of feel relieved because I was so desperate. I really thought that I was just so desperate when I started with you, because I didn't understand what is happening. And now I feel really relieved because I know my relationship with my body was always okay. It was always fine. It was always close. It was not that we were, in that sense, that I thought, disconnected in terms of speaking different languages. It was really, we were just talking in different directions. I mean, we just didn't hear each other. So now I'm hearing my body. I hear what it says, and I know what to reply. And this connection is fine. And I'm just relieved that my intuition was always okay. It was just my mindset that needed some education. And um, uh, and so I have come I'm at peace now again, because I think that would have bothered me a lot. That would have bothered me if after these 6 months with you, I would have realized that whatever I thought me and my body, we are together, is not the case. I think that would have shattered me. So I'm really relieved that um, I am the person that I always thought. I have the connection with my body that I always thought, and that we just needed some guidance, and that's fine.
Super. That's really amazing, Sharmila.
I was just amazed how you exactly knew in which sequence, which steps we have to take. And
Absolutely. So, like you rightly said, Sharmila, every client's awareness is different, and the program is catered to support the client based on where they are at that point in time. Based on your transformation, what would you tell women who are in the perimenopausal, menopausal phase, who are struggling? What would you tell them?
I would tell them to get help. That there is no need to struggle. There is no need to be frustrated. There's no need to resign and say, yeah, this is how it will be. Get help, get guidance, talk about it, be open about it, and be persistent that till you find the person with whom you connect and with whom this kind of a journey works. I think that is highly individual, and yeah, that would be my suggestion.
Thank you so much for sharing this, Sharmila, and a lot of gratitude to you for giving me this opportunity to be a part of your journey. Really, really, it's been an amazing time with you. And this is not a goodbye. My doors are open anytime you want to connect in terms of challenges or sharing updates. I'm eager to hear that. So keep them coming. I'm always looking forward to hearing from my past clients. So best wishes in your journey, Sharmila.
You so much. This was the best decision I took in a long time, and I'm really 100% happy about it. And I'm just so much looking forward to this year. So much looking forward to what level of well-being I can still bring my body. And yeah, this is it's been a really, really. A journey full of learning and also learning about myself, and really I wouldn't want to miss it, and really in a happy place now, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sharmila. Really appreciate it.